aircraft, the Blackbird, climbs away. That's where we leave the Mildenhall Airshow of 1984. Aviation sending that fuel cascading out of the back on takeoff. Its capabilities, a very special aircraft.
That really is awesome. Look at that reheat with the shock waves in it. Away in that shimmering haze of heat from the engine exhausts. This really is an aeroplane of superlatives. Unbelievably, it first flew in 1964, and it's the holder of many records. Just one example, London to Los Angeles in 3 hours and 47 minutes. This aircraft is capable of flying in excess of Mach 3 at heights greater than 100,000 feet. More than enough to roast your Sunday joint.
Now, I know a lot of the reconnaissance work this aircraft does must now be done by satellites. Why still have aircraft doing the same job?
Well, the opposition can always decode signals from satellites. This airplane can scan 60,000 square miles of territory per hour and bring all that information back to its home base. The tremendous power of these engines. They're two Pratt & Whitney J58 engines producing a total of 65,000 pounds of thrust with reheat.
And there is the reheat, one engine and then the other. Next stop, United States, or even further.
Military aircraft, the stretched civil version flies with carriers in 22 countries.
Star Indigo, clear takeoff. ESF is wind 2605 knots.
Now here's someone who obviously means business, the Vought F8 Crusader. It features an array of high-lift devices, including the novel idea of a variable incidence wing which pivots through some 7 degrees. This allows the wing of this carrier-borne aircraft to generate more lift while maintaining a near horizontal attitude, giving the pilot a clear view of the deck as he comes into land, as well as giving him slower approach speeds more suitable for the smaller French carriers. She first entered service 30 years ago with the US Navy, becoming the standard carrier-borne fighter prior to the introduction of the Phantom. Well over 1,200 aircraft were built, and she still remains in service with the French Navy and in the Philippines. An excellent view of her sawtooth leading edge. She's powered by a Pratt & Whitney J57 turbojet with afterburner, giving 18,000 pounds of thrust and a supersonic capability with speeds of up to 1,150 miles per hour and a ceiling of 38,000 feet. There's the hook for picking up the arrestor gear and the sturdy undercarriage built to take the impact of a deck landing. Just to prove how fast the Crusader can fly, watch this high-speed run and listen to the sound of tortured air as pilot Philippe Degletergen nudges the sound barrier. The Lightning went into service with number 74 Squadron at RAF Mildenhall in 1960 and remains operational to this day, with 2 squadrons at RAF Binbrook. Flight Lieutenant John Fiennes is with number 5 Squadron, and he's been flying the Lightning for 6 years. They're due to be phased out next year to be replaced by the Tornado, although they will still weapon in its role of all-weather interceptor. The weaponry can include packs of Firestreak or Red Top missiles, as well as twin 30mm Aiden cannons in a ventral pack. With her retirement, the chances of seeing her again on television will be diminished. He's using his side stick control with its fly-by-wire signaling as he pulls up sharply into a climb. That creates a lot of G, and to help him tolerate that, the pilot sits in a reclined position. The aircraft is cleared to 9G, that's 9 times the force of gravity. No pressure over the wing, and those streamers focused at the wing root are caused by the water vapor in the atmosphere condensing into cloud. A pilot's dream of fighting Falcon. Mounted in the nose there, the 30mm Gatling gun, capable of firing 4,000 rounds of high explosive armor-piercing ammunition in a minute, literally capable of disintegrating a tank. A rugged, basic aeroplane, simple to maintain in the field, the A-10 Thunderbolt. About half the weight of an A-10, and of course it's a great deal faster, capable of flying some 300 miles an hour faster than the Thunderbolt. It's been flown today by Flight Lieutenant Clive Loader, who's a weapons instructor at the 233rd Operational Conversion Unit at RAF Wittering. And he's now demonstrating what this aeroplane is really all about. Its ability to operate at the front line out of jungle clearings, unprepared sites, by being able to take off and land vertically using the vectored thrust from its Rolls-Royce Pegasus engine. Now the Lockheed F-104 Starfighter, an aeroplane that's served with different air forces throughout the world for over 30 years now. This particular one flown by Lieutenant Schultz of the German Navy, used by the German Navy as an anti-ship aircraft firing Cormorant missiles. It's basically a jet engine with two stubby wings attached, a very good view of it there. And this airplane is due to be phased out of service in the German Navy by 1986 to be replaced with the Tornado, with the Royal Air Force. And this aircraft, in fact, has been kept as a flying memorial to the Vulcan as a result of very considerable public pressure. Vulcan B-2 bomber, delta-winged aircraft with a wing shape similar in some respects to Concords. This aircraft today is flown by Squadron Leader Roger Dunsford, who comes from RAF Waddington, which in fact was the main base for Vulcans during its distinguished 30 years of service.